Alan Nazar had to travel 12 hours with his sick mother to this Kabul hospital to get the life-saving dialysis treatment she needs. If she isn't treated every couple of days, doctors say she could die within 2 weeks.
People are living in poverty. Their situation is bad. Patients need dialysis and treatment. If they don't get it, and the foreign aid stops, and if people can't afford the treatment, it's going to be very difficult.
This is the largest public hospital in Afghanistan. The dialysis department is mainly funded by the World Bank, along with money from the previous government. But hospital staff say they haven't seen any cash for 3 months. They can't buy vital equipment and medicine, and they last received their salaries in May. Doctors say the situation is critical. And it could potentially get worse because soon after the Taliban retook power, the World Bank said it was freezing hundreds of millions of dollars in funding for Afghanistan. Like other Western institutions and governments, it said it wants proof the Taliban is keeping its promises to protect rights before money is released.
We used to be given money for the project and patients' medicines. Now all the material is finished. We have nothing. It's been 6 months like this. These problems did not start with the Taliban. If the World Bank stops helping, especially in the health sector, then God forbid.
Some of the hospital's most basic facilities are in need of repair. The lift is broken and elderly and infirm patients have to climb flights of stairs. Those in a critical condition are carried up on stretchers. There are 86 female staff members at the hospital. Despite fears the Taliban would tell them to go home when they took control of Kabul, they say the Taliban actively encouraged them to continue their work.
I wear the hijab and I come and go with ease. I want them to let me work because I studied hard for this job. They shouldn't ignore my education. My wish is that they left me to work and help society.
Experts say Afghanistan's health sector would collapse if it wasn't for international aid, and there are big concerns about billions of dollars of Afghan cash that is being frozen by Western governments and institutions. Staff at this hospital say their biggest fear is whether the Taliban can better manage a system that has been close to breaking point for years. This is the hospital's oncology department. It used to be funded by the previous government. Doctors tell us many of the cancer patients here won't survive because they started getting treatment too late. None of the staff in this department have been paid for 3 months either, and millions of dollars that the previous administration signed off on for this year is now in limbo because of the sudden change of power.
Fortunately, it is on-budget projects. It's not dependent to any international donors. It's governmental budgets. So the government of Taliban should approve this.
With no indication as to when the Taliban will announce a new government and no definitive timeline for international funds to be released, it is probably Afghanistan's sick and vulnerable who will suffer the most. Charles Stratford, Al Jazeera, Kabul.